नमस्ते, स्वागतं सर्वेषाम्। अद्य कञ्चन पाठं चर्चिष्यामः। परेषामपि रक्ष जीवितं, परेषामपि रक्ष जीवितम् इति पाठनाम। पाठं पठन् पठन् अर्थं च चर्चयामि। परेषां रक्ष जीवितं, सिंहासनद्वात्रिंशिका वररुचिः। सिंहासनद्वात्रिंशिका, द्वात्रिंशिका is 32. सिंहासनद्वात्रिंशिका made written by वररुचि। सिंहासनद्वात्रिंशिका नामक कथासंग्रहे, कथासंग्रह is a collection of stories। द्वात्रिंशत् कथाः सन्ति, 32 कथाः सन्ति। अस्य ग्रन्थस्य कर्ता वररुचिः नाम कश्चित् कविः इति श्रूयते। वररुचि was the name of the poet। परेषाम् अपि रक्ष जीवितम् इति शिरोनामाङ्किते अस्मिन् पाठ्यभागे। Now in this chapter, which is titled Paresham Api Raksha Jeevitam, Vikramaadityasya, so there's a king called Vikramaditya, Paradukha Spandana Gunaha, to sympathize or empathize. Spandana is to empathize, the quality guna, the quality to empathize with Paradukha, with others' sorrow and misery. Hridayangamaritya nirupito vartate, a very heart-rending manner. Hridayangama, as though it's going towards the heart. Hridayangama ritya, in that manner, nirupitaha vartate, it's demonstrated. Esha katha paropakaraya sharira labhaha iti nitim bodhayati. What is the moral of this story? They have given at the very beginning itself. So you don't really have to filter out the gist of the story anymore, the moral from the story anymore. It's paropakaraya sharira labhaha. Sharira labhaha, that we have got this body, the obtainment of this body, the attainment of this body is for what? Para upakaraya, to help others. Kasyapi jantoho himsa na karya iti sandeshah atra suspashtah vartate. There is also another, which is that Kasyapi jantoho, not even of any living creature, himsa na karya, we must not subject it to violence. Himsa is violence, na karya. Let's read further. अत्र भोजे समाचंक्रम्यमाणे सिंहासने पुत्थलिका अन्या कथयति। Atha, now that Bhoja, the Raja Bhoja is Samachankramyamane, he is about to adorn the Simhasana, the Ratha, sorry, not the Ratha, the throne of the kingdom. This emperor Bhoja, Samachankramyamane, he is about to Samakramyati, so which means he is about to conquer the throne, which means he is conquering the entire kingdom. Anya Putthalika Kathayati, there is a doll which says, Bho Rajan Shruyatam, hey king, Shruyatam, hear me out. Vikrame Rajyam Shasati Bhumandale. Vikrame, that is when Vikrama was ruling this land, this kingdom, Rajyam Shasati. Now, this is an example of what we call as Sati Saptami. Sati Saptami, which means whenever you want to denote a phrase of something in the past, when Vikrama was ruling this kingdom, Bhumandale, which was the entire earth itself, Pishunas Taskaraha Papakarma Nirataha cha Nasid. Pishunaha, greedy men, Taskaraha, thieves and murderers, Papakarma Nirataha, anybody who indulged in evil was not to be seen, na asit. Anyacha, and also, Yasya Rajnyaha Sada Rajyabhara Chinta बलवद् वैरि विजय चिंता च अस्ति स रात्रौ निद्रामपि नाधिगच्छति यस्य राज्ञः that king who sada always rajyabhara chinta, who is always chinta, he is worried about the rajyabhara, the responsibilities of the kingdom. Balavad Vairi Vijaya Chinta, and also worried about the ways to attain victory, to become victorious, Vijaya over Balavad Vairi. Balavad means those who are very strong with the Sainya, with the armies. Bala is also a synonym for Sainya. Balavad Vairi. Vairi is, of course, the enemy. And Cha Asti Saha Ratrau, in the night, Nidram Api Na Adhigachati. He can never attain, he can never really sleep peacefully in the night. Uktam Cha, it's also said, Ukta means to be said. Uktam Cha, it is also said, Chinta Turanam Na Sukham Na Nidra. Chinta Aturanam. Atura means who are frustrated or who are deeply embroiled in worry and thought. Na Sukham Na Nidra. There is no time for enjoying in pleasures nor in sleep, basic requirements of the human body. So that's what the Puttalika is saying. And then he elaborates, the Puttalika, she elaborates, Ayam Vikramadityo Raja Tatha Vidho Na Bhavati. Sarvan Arthibhu Bhujaha Swapada Padmashritan Vidhaya Ajna Pradanena Rajyam Karoti. This Ayam Vikramaditya, this Eshaha Vikramaditya Raja Tatha Vidhaha Na Bhavati. He was not the person to worry so much about the Rajya Bhara. Sarvan Arthi Bhu Bhujaha, Sarvan and all, Arthi Bhu Bhuj. Bhu Bhuj means the landlords or the landowners. Basically, the, you could say the magistrates, the district owners, the MLAs, the governors, you could say the mayors of towns, etc. Arthi means those who used to control power and money. To such ministers and such landlords, Swapada Padma Ashritan, those whom he had conquered and made as though they were at his feet, right? So Swapada, his feet, Padma Ashritan, as though they were servicing his holy feet, which means he was really a very powerful emperor and he had conquered most of the places and now they were all under his servitude. Vidhaya. So he made all of such ministers as landlords and ministers. Ajna Pradhanena Rajyam Karoti. So he used to not bear any of the responsibilities on himself. Only there where he is required, he would administer. Everything else he had delegated to his sublords by his commands. Ajna Pradhanena. Ajna is command. Ekada, once, Saha Rajyabharam Mantrishu Nidhaya. He again delegated his responsibilities on his ministers. Nidhaya Kritva Swayam, he himself, Yogi Veshena Deshantaram Nirgataha. With the guise of a yogi, of a sannyasi, he Deshantaram, he went away into some other land. Yatra Atmanaha Chittasya Sukham Bhavati. Tatra Katichid Dinani Tishtati. Wherever Atmanaha, for himself, he would find Chittasya, for his mind, he would feel happiness. Sukham Bhavati. Tatra, there all, he used to spend Tishtati, he used to stay for Katichit, for some days, Dinani. Yatra Ascharyam Pashyati, wherever he sees something beautiful, wonderful, Tatra api Kalam Nayati, he also spend some time there. Evam Paryatan means wandering like this. Ekasmin Divase, on one such day, Yavat Saha Maharanya Madhyam Pravishat Tavat Suryostam Gataha. And as he was entering, as Yavat means as he is entering, about to enter the Maharanya, the dense, thick forest, the jungle, Tavat, then Suryaha Astam Gataha. Astam Gata means to set, to go below the horizon. Asta means the below the horizon. Astam Gataha, he went below the horizon, means he set basically. Who? Surya. The sun set. Atah Raja Vrikshamulam Ekam Ashritya Ratro Sthitah. So then Raja, the king, Vrikshamulam, he took refuge under a tree. He sat under a tree, beneath a tree. तस्य वृक्षस्य उपरि वृद्धः चिरञ्जीवी नाम कश्चित् पक्षिराज आसीत्. So there above the tree, on the tree, on one of its branches, uh, there was a bird which was called as what? Chiranjeevi. तस्य पुत्राः पौत्राश्च देशान्तरं गत्वा स्व उदरं पूरयित्वा. So the sons and daughters and the offsprings and the generations after the Chiranjeevi, they had all gone away, Deshantaram, like we all do, right? So we also seek new opportunities abroad and we go away, leaving our parents behind. So similarly, though we may return later on or we may ask them to come with us themselves. So they all had gone to Deshantara to Swa Udaram Purayitva, to fill up their stomachs. सायंकाले प्रत्येकम् एकमेकं फलमादाय वृद्धाय तस्मै चिरञ्जीविने प्रतिदिनं प्रयच्छन्ति स्म. So they used to all be the good kids and they used to all return in the evening to ekam ekam phalamadaya. They used to all, after filling themselves up, ekam ekam phalam, they used to all bring some apples, cherries, etc. Vriddhaya tasmai, to this old Chiranjeevi, they used to come and give. ततो रात्रौ चिरञ्जीवी सुखेन उपविष्टः तान् पक्षिणः अपृच्छत्. ततः then रात्रौ, in the night, Chiranjeevi, the pakshi, सुखेन उपविष्टः, कुश्य कुत्कोनिद्ದಾಗ, as he was sitting very, he was chilling. तान् पक्षिणः अपृच्छत्, he asked the pakshi, the birds. राजा अपि वृक्षमूले स्थितः तद्वचः शृणोति. Raja api, even the king, Vrikshamule, below the tree, at the foot of the tree, Sthitaha, he is standing there, and Tat Vachaha, he is listening to the words of that bird, Shrunoti, he is hearing. Bhoho Putraha, hey kids, Yushmabhir Nana Deshan Paryatadbhihi, Kim Vichitram Drishtam, Yushmabhihi Paryatadbhihi, you all went away wandering, where Nana Deshan, you went away wandering to different countries and regions. Kim Vichitra, no, for a Pakshi, no, the jungle would be its own hometown or its own kingdom, its own country, and everything else would be a different country for it, correct? But the sheer magnitude of land as compared to the Pakshi's size. Vichitram Drishtam, Kim Vichitram Drishtam, what amazement did you see? Any stuff which caught your eye, etc., was being asked. Tatra ekena pakshina bhanitam. Bhanita means to uktam. Uditam means which it was told by one of the pakshi, one of the birds, that maya kimapi ascharyam na drishtam param adya mama chetasi mahad dukkham bhavati. Maya kimapi ascharyam na drishtam. I did not find any amazement. Param, but adya, today, mama chetasi, in my mind, mahad dukkham bhavati, I have immense sorrow in me. Chiranjivina uktam, he asked, Chiranjeevi told, tat kathaya kim nimittam dukkhasya, then tell me what is the cause of that sorrow. Kim nimittam dukkhasya, tena uktam, he told, kevalam kathanena kim bhavati, what will I get only by just narrating my cause? Vriddhena uktam, boho putra, yo dukhi sa suhridi dukkham nivedya sukhi bhavati iti. Then the old Chiranjeevi said, boho putra, dear child, yo dukhi, yaha dukhi asti, he who is in misery, saha suhridi, in his friend or in his well-wisher, dukkham nivedya, by complaining or by pouring out his dukkha into the other, sukhi bhavati, he becomes happier, he becomes slightly better. Tasya vakyam shrutva saha dukkha karanam kathayati. Tasya vakyam shrutva, then he hearing this, saha dukkha karanam kathayati, he narrates what the cause of his sorrow is. Bhoho tata, hey father, shruyatam, hear me out. अस्ति उत्तरदेशे शैवलघोषः नाम पर्वतः. अस्ति उत्तरदेशे, in the northern lands, there is Shaiva Ghosha Parvata. There is a mountain called as Shaivala Ghosha. Tat Parvata Samipe Palasha Nagaram Asti. There is a village nearby at the foothills which is called Palasha. There is Shaivala Ghosha and then there is Palasha. Tasmin Parvate. What is the name of the mountain? Shaivala Ghosha. What is the name of the bird? Chiranjeevi. What is the name of the king? Vikramaditya. Now, Tasmin Parvate स्थितः कश्चित् राक्षसः प्रतिदिनं नगरम् आगत्य सम्मुख आयान्तं यं कञ्चनं मानुषं स्त्रियं बालक आदिकं वा पर्वते नीत्वा भक्षयति. So there is तस्मिन् पर्वते in the mountain स्थितः कश्चित् राक्षसः. There stays a certain rakshasa, demon, the servant of the devil himself. Pratidina nagaram agatya, that rakshasa, he comes down and sammukha ayantam, whoever comes before him, sammukha ayantam yam kanchana manusham, whoever, man, woman or child, striyam, balaka, adikam, anybody else, parvate nitva bhakshayati, he'll pull away such a person and eat him in the mountains. Ekada san nagaravasibhihi janaihi uktaha. He was told, that monster was told by the nagaravasi, by the villagers, by the town citizens, uktaha, that bho bakasura, hey bakasura, you who is the greediest of demons, tvam yathecham sammukha patitam yam kamayeva ma bhakshaya, don't eat any or everybody who comes before you, yathecham, as you wish, whoever comes before you, ma bhakshaya, do not eat, vayam tubhyam pratidinam aharamekam manavam dasyamaha iti, we ourselves will arrange for one of us to come every day, pratidinam tubhyam, to you, for aharartham, for your meal, we will send dasyamaha. Tadvachaha tena angikritam. Then the monster also agreed. Angikritam means to agreed. Tadanantaram tatratyaha janaha. Tatratya means the Palasha Nagara janaha. Tadanantaram, after that, pratidinam anukramam. Every day there was a term, there was a turn for everybody to grihakramena, as their houses were. Similarly, every house, one after the other, anukramam, kramam, anatikramya. So anukramam means in an order, eka ekam, every day, one manava. Human used to tasmai prayachanti. They used to send that guy away to the mountains to get eaten. Evam mahan kalaha gataha. And this was the situation for a very long time. अद्य पूर्वजन्मनि संजात सौहार्दस्य मम मित्रस्य कस्यचित् ब्राह्मणस्य पर्यायः समायातः. अद्य, today, पूर्वजन्मनि संजात सौहार्दस्य, and this Pakshi is saying, in my former life, sanjata sauhardasya, I had great, immense love and respect for and friendship for a certain Brahmana, Mama Mitra, who was also my friend. Kasyachit Brahmanasya Paryaya Samayataha. Today it is their turn to go and get eaten. Tasya Ekaeva Putraha, and he has only one child. Putram Dadati Chet Santati Chedo Bhavishyati. And now, if he gives away the child, then his kula, his clan has come to an end. Santati is a clan. Cheda means a break, a hiatus or a disruption in the chain of offsprings, on the chain of genes. Atmanam prayachati chet bharya vidhava bhavishyati. If he gives himself away, then his wife will become a vidhava. And as you know, vidhavas, the widows, were not really respected well. Not even then, not just then. Even today, widows are looked down upon. It's the unfortunate circumstance of a patriarchal society. Bharya vidhava bhavishyati. Vaidhavyam punar mahad dukkham. And again, as you all know, Vaidhavya means widowhood is punaha. It's again such a painful thing, mahad dukkham, because you will be disrespected, you will be ogled on, you will be, groped, or you will be just ostracized from the society, etc. Putrim dasyati chet ashrama bhramsho bhavati. If I give away my daughter, then ashrama bhramsha, then I would be uh, committing a blunder, a serious mistake to my ashrama dharma. To my ashrama means my stage of life where I have to get her married away. I am doing such a disservice. Tesham paresham dukkhena aham mahad dukhi iti. I am ready to give myself away, but because of all such an intertwined cause of misery, I am myself mahad dukhi. I am also very sad. तस्य वचनं श्रुत्वा तत्रत्यैः पक्षिभिर्भणितम्. And hearing this bird's story here, तत्रत्यैः पक्षिभिः, and those other birds which were sitting around him, भणितम्, they told, अहो अयमेव सुहृत् यः सुहृदो दुःखेन स्वयं दुःखी भवति. अहो, wow, अयमेव सुहृत्, this is a true friend who सुहृदो दुःखेन, because of the misery of another, Swayam dukhi bhavati. He himself becomes very sad, pathetic. Etadeva mitratvam. This is true friendship. Mitratva. This is the right kind of a friendship. Uktancha sukhite dukhi suhradi yadukhini dukhi sacha bandhur bhavati. Sukhite sukhi suhradi. So, well, a friend is one who may partake in your pleasures. You go to a party, you go treks, long journeys. You go to party, you have a drink, you have masti, etc. There is you're all friends there. But yaha dukkhini dukhi, but he who becomes sad and partakes of your misery is he'll not just be a friend, but he's actually your bandhu. He's your closest best friend, a relative. Not that all relatives are best friends, but here bandhu means a very close friend, like a brother or a sister. Iti pakshinaha vachashrutva. Hearing this bird's speech, vihanga ravartha vijnaha. Vihanga is a bird. Rava means their chirping. Rava means the sound that these birds make. Artha Vijnaha, he who can understand the artha, the meaning of these sounds made by birds. Artha Vijnaha, Raja, this Vikramaditya, Tatra Nagare, Vadhyashila Samipam Gataha. Vadhyashila Samipam Gataha. He went to that town, Vadhyashila Samipam. So whoever had to be eaten today, there he went. Tatra Brahmanam Nirikshya. Madhyashila is like a guillotine or a place where he goes to die. So every day they used to send this one guy, right? So they used to go at a certain place where the Rakshasa would come and he would eat this little petty little human. So there he was Nirikshana. He was waiting for the Brahmana, the said Brahmana to come. Abhayam Dattva. He gave him an Abhaya. Abhaya means he consoled him and he said, do not fear. He provided fearlessness. And that's a very Indian Hindu proverb, you see. Abhayam Dattva means to give solace, to give fearlessness, because that is what we all really want. Swagraham Sampreshya. He sent him away to back to his home. Sa tat samipasthe sarovare snatva. Then he snatva. He bathed in the nearby pond. Sarovare snatva. And then Vadhyashilayam upavishat. He went and sat near the guillotine or the bali place. I would say the stake. Tasmin samaye rakshasah samagatya prahasita vadanam purusham drishtva vismitaha. Tasmin samaye, then the Rakshasa, he approached, Samagatya approached prahasita vadanam purusham. Then he approached this man who was prahasita vadana. He was gleaning, and he was, grinning. Why is he grinning? Vismitah iti vismitah. He was also perplexed, and tam pritchati. He asked him, Bho, Mahasattva, oh great man, oh great living being, tatra shilayam pratidinam yah upavishati saha madagamanat purvameva mriyate. So that person who comes here every day near that shila, near that stake, because of the sheer fear of things I would do to him, he suicides. He commits suicide before even I come over there. Tvam punaha mahadhairya sampannaha, and you have the greatest bravery and courage to even laugh. Prahasita vadanaha drishyase, to even look laughing at me. Yasya maranakala samayataha, and he whose maranakala, his death has approached. Tasya indriyani glanim prapnuvanti, and as death and disease approaches a man, he becomes weak psychologically, his immune system goes down, and all his indriyas become glani. Glani means like a shriveled flower, they wither away. Tavam punaha adhikam kantim prapya prahasasi, and you are looking with all your biceps and triceps, right? You are all showing your manlyhood, and you're glowing. Tarhi kathaya ko bhavan, who are you? Tarhi kathaya, then tell me, who are you? Tarhi bhanati, Raja bhanati, then the king replies, Maya parartham etat shariram diyate swechchaya. Raja Vikramaditya is saying, Maya, I have parartham etat shariram diyate swa ichchaya. By my own will, I am ready to give away my body for the others' sake. Ataha na me kapi glanihi. Therefore, ataha na me, for me, kapi glanihi nasti. I do not have anything to fear, and there is no withering away of my energies, because now I am ready to give my body away to somebody else. So therefore, I don't want anything in return. So death or disease, whatever it comes, is for the body. So now that my body I have willed my body to go away for somebody else, I am happily welcoming the outcome. Bhavatu, let it be so. Kimanena vicharena tava, what views do you have out of all of this conversation here? Anena vicharena, by inquiring about all of this, what is it to you? Kim tava? Tvam atmanaha samihitam kuru. You satisfy your samihita. You satisfy your hunger, you satisfy whatever you have come here for. Atmanaha, you satisfy for yourself. Iti. Tada rakshasaha manasa chintayati. Then the rakshasa, the monster, thinks to himself, oh, wow. Sadhurayam yaha atmanaha sukha bhogechham vihaya paradukkhena dukhi bhutva atra eti. Sadhu ayam, this must be a saint who atmanaha sukha bhoga ichham, the natural desire, the instinct to have bhoga, to have enjoyment and pleasures and happiness for oneself, he who has sacrificed that, vihaya paradukkhena dukhi bhutva, he has become sad and discontent because of somebody else's dukkha. He is compassionate there, and he has come here for his sake. Atra eti means agachati. Uktancha is also told, Tyaktvatma sukha dukkhe cham sarva sattva sukhaishinaha bhavanti paradukkhena sadhavo tyanta dukkhinaha. Tyaktva atma sukha dukkha ichham. They give away their desire to have pleasures or run away from pains for themselves. Sarva sattva sukhaishinaha, for all living beings, they desire eshinaha, they desire what? Sukha, they desire the well-being of every other living being. Bhavanti paradukkhena, by seeing others' sorrow, sadhavaha atyanta dukkhinaha, they themselves become really touched and sad because of somebody else's dukkha, which means they're able to empathize with others. So there's this very famous story of Sri Ramakrishna, who was living in, of course, Bengal, and there was one of his disciples who saw him, and he met him on a certain day, and he said, I'm doing a yatra to Varanasi, and so I'm going there for some special work and yatra and to have the darshana of Vishwanatha, Kashi Vishwanatha, and he sent him away. Then he went to Varanasi, and there was he went to the temple. He had the darshan of the temple, and then on his way back there was a dog, and so it was just to him itself. But then this guy who was really mischievous, he threw stones at it and he beat the dog. Then he returned back in a couple of days to the ashrama at Sri Ramakrishna's ashrama, and when there he sees his master Sri Ramakrishna is ill. He sees his bruises on his hands, back, legs, body, etc. So he's wonderstruck and he asks, "What happened? Why are you? Who beat you so badly? Show me that guy. Let me beat him up." And he says, You beat me badly." And for a moment he's perplexed and he cannot tolerate such an accusation at him, because he was of course gone to Varanasi and he was nowhere around his master to even beat him on it. He is his disciple, for God's sake. He would even never think of beating him up. So then he says, "But at Varanasi you beat me up, no?" He says, Sri Ramakrishna says, "Where were you, master? You were not even there at Varanasi. I did not beat anybody up." And then he says, "But after you came out of after having Vishwanatha's darshana, you beat me up, right?" And he recalls, "When did I beat any human up?" And then he immediately recalls that he had beat up a dog. And he says, "But I did not beat any human, least of all you. I beat up a dog which was there on the road." And Sri Ramakrishna says, "Yeah, that was me there. I had come there in the form of a dog. And you carelessly, even you dehumanizingly beat that, de-living beingly beat that dog up, right? And so that was me." And now he realizes his mistake and he falls at his feet and he vows that he will never even harm any other living being just for the sake of it, right? Unless it's a very dire requirement for food or etc., he would never cause harm to another living being. Now, this story is a very apt example here to say Sadhavaha Atyanta Dukkhinaha. He became very sad, like Sri Ramakrishna became really sad and actually empathized to such a degree that he could imagine the plight of that dog there, which was getting gruesomely beaten. And in this way, the compassion of the saints, and therefore we should also strive to be such a saint, to have such amounts of compassion. Evam vicharya saha rajanam abravit bho mahapurusha, "O great man." Evam vicharya, so he's thinking to himself, and that monster saha rajanam abravit, he told the king, "Bho mahapurusha tvam sarvasya artiharo guruhu." Artiharo Guruhu, you are the guiding light to people who are suffering. Arti means suffering. Haraha, you are removing their suffering. You are the king, it seems. Yataha tvam vishwasya artim pariharasi. You have come here to take away the sorrow and the suffering of this entire world, it seems. Parartham shariram prayachataha tava eva etat shariram shlaghyam. Only your body, which you're ready to sacrifice at the altar for somebody else's well-being, that body, this body of yours is shlaghya. It is really, it's very commendable. Para artham shariram, you are ready to give this sharira away to another higher cause or to somebody else's sake. You are ready to martyr yourself like a soldier for his country. Pashavopi his jivanti kevalam sodaram bharaha tasyaiva jivitam shlagham yaf pararthe hi jivati. Pashavaha api hi jivanti. Even animals live for themselves. Kevalam, only for swa udaram bharaha, to fill up their own stomachs. Tasya eva jivitam shlagham, and his or hers, her life is to be praised. He or she who pararthehi jivati, who lives for others' sake only. Bhavadrisham paropakarinam etat chitram na bhavati. Etat chitram na bhavati. And bhavadrisha, for people like thee, for like you, nimante ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪರೋಪಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪರೋಪಕಾರಿಗಳ ಶರೀರವು ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದೇನು ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಏನಲ್ಲ, ಚಿತ್ತಂ ನ ಭವತಿ, ಇದೇನು ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಏನಲ್ಲ. ಭೋಹೋ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಮೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ಡ್ that great people like you are ready to sacrifice and martyr for others. Bhoho Mahasattva, great man, great living being, anena eva paropakarena tvam sarvaha sampadaha prapnoshi. Paropakarena, anena, by this paropakara of yours, by this act of helping others, tvam sarvaha sampadaha, you shall attain to all wealth. Sampad is wealth. Prapnoshi, you will attain. Tvayi aham tushtaha asmi. I am really happy with you. I am really pleased with you. Varam Vrinishwa, ask for a boon, is what the devil is saying. Raja Yajna Uktam, the king replied, Bho Rakshasa, hey gruesome monster, hey gory monster, Tvam Yadi Mai Prasannosi, then if you are really pleased with me, Prasanna means to be pleased. Asi, if you are, Tarihi, then Adya Prabhriti, from today onwards, Manushya Bhakshanam Parityaja, give up on your cannibalism, give up on your need to eat humans. Anyamapi Maya Abhidhiyatam, Abhidhiyamanam Upadesham Shrunu, and also listen to one other very important advice of mine, Abhidhiyamanam, that which I am explaining to you. Listen to this advice. Yatha Bhavajjivitam Atmanaf Priyam Tatha Pareshamapi Jivitam Priyam Nirikshate Jivitam Atmano Yatha Tatha Pareshamapi Raksha Jivitam. Bhavajjivitam Atmanaha Priyam Yatha. Just as you feel you like to protect your own life, you have priya, you love your own life. Pareshamapi Jivitam Priyam. Everybody also likes their own lives, their own pranas. Nirikshate Jivitam Atmanaha Yatha. Just as you care and take care of your own body, Tatha, similarly, Pareshamapi Raksha Jivitam. You must also protect others' interests. You must also protect others' desire to survive, to protect their own bodies. Rajna Prabodhitaha Rakshasaha, and this Rakshasa which was instructed, Prabodhita, by the king, Tada Prabhriti, from then onwards, Jiva Maranam Tatyaja, he gave up on killing living beings. Raja Tatyacha Swanagarim Pratyagat. Pratyagat means to come back. Pratyagachat iti. He came back to his Swanagari, back to his kingdom, to his city. Imam Katham Kathayitva Puthalika. Now all of this was being narrated by whom? By the Puthalika, by the doll. She says, Puthalika Bhojarajam Prati Abravit. That Puthalika exemplifies Vikramaditya and tells Bhojaraja, the soon to become king, that Tvayi evam paropakara daya adayaha gunaha vidyante chet tarhi asmin simhasane samupavisha iti. Then this Puthalika is commanding as though to the king that only if you have all of these compassion and helping others, the nature to help others, chet, only if you have so, tarhi, then only asmin simhasane samupavisha, only then are you to sit on this throne, because this throne is really the throne of the Bharata, of India, and only the most eligible, the most benevolent king is eligible to sit on this holy throne. Raja Maunam Avapa, and Bhojaraja, he retired into silence, because he is now introspecting, do I really have all of those gunas which makes me eligible and qualified to adorn such an important responsibility of being the emperor of Bharatavarsha. So this was the story. I hope you enjoyed this. Please look at the questions and do solve them. Any questions and any help needed, please do reply in the comments below. Astu tarhi punaragre milama.